Hello once again, people, and welcome to yet another episode in the Seeking Shamblers. That's it! Seeking Shamblers, everyone. That's the name I've come up with for this series. And this is level number 2. We did the introduction video last time, so now we're going to check out Flooded Tele-X, made by Dalius. Yeah, so this is a fun Quake shareware deathmatch level from scratch, based on a Great Doom deathmatch level, Tele-X. And in my opinion, it's very close. This version has water in it and plays somewhat differently. Enjoy. Yeah, there's a regular Tele-X. I haven't run across it in the normal playthrough here. We're only on the second level, like I said last time was in Zamp of like introduction. And Aftershock for Quake, I've run across 4 different versions of Tele-X. This would be the 3rd version of that I ran across. Basically it's Tele-X except with water through the entire area. So yeah, it would be Tele-X, flooded Tele-X water. That would be what this one is. Alright, so let's see here. So he gives credits to Stephen Crowley for pouring QBSP and Light, during Crowder for making Tele-X for Doom, on which this level is based. You can check out single player, but there's no point. It's mostly made for deathmatch. Yeah, it's a deathmatch level, as is a lot of these probably. Yeah, that's the fun of this, isn't it? Are we having fun? Is this fun? So yeah, like I said, this is based upon Tele-X, which we have not seen in this rendition. It took him a few minutes to make this, just adding the water and changing some of the weapons around, and he used MS-DOS Edit to make it. Anyway, if he knew there were any bugs, he would have fixed them, so he doesn't believe there are any. And yeah, you may modify and distribute this level as long as you include this text file and give me credit. But I should mention, here is actually a useful note and why exactly I'm doing like map files and treating them as particular canon. Because you would say maybe like the fact that you have to manually compile something means that maybe I should be treated in the same way as a ready-to-go map. Except something like this exists. I know that it has supposedly forbidden distribution of custom levels for the shareware version of Quake in their license, but that is obviously unenforceable unless the level being distributed includes parts of the original Quake. Since BSP files include textures, I have decided to distribute this level as a map file. You'll need to run QBSP and LightType before you can use it. If you'd like to distribute the BSP version, you could try, but I don't know for sure that any sites will accept it. So yes, people, the official version of this level is a .map file, and this tends to be kind of like dependent on who's doing it. Some people did BSP, some people did maps, but it seems like maps were a thing back then, and that some maps you actually had to manually compile and light because of this whole worry of copyright. So yes, that's why I consider things that you actually have to manually compile, which sounds rather a thing that most players probably shouldn't have to be doing, to be something that's, you know, part of the experience or whatnot, and not just like some modifiable version. And because I'm not modifying the file in any way, and just doing what it's basically instructing, basically using QBSP and Light, I'm considering them official ones, and they're also very, like I said, they're the same as whatever you get online, I believe. We'll find out eventually, who knows, maybe I'll find out that there are actually some different textures or something, but for the time being, and so therefore I'm going to stick with this until I find something that proves otherwise. Okay, so in case you're wondering, I do not wish to decrease players' chances of registering Quake by distributing levels that work with the shareware. As far as I know, there is no way to make levels that require registered Quake. By releasing custom levels for Quake, I do hope to convince players how cool the game is, and I definitely hope that you'll register Quake if not if you're using this level. If you don't, you're the one hurting id, not I. So yeah, lengthy explanation, but it blatantly spells out why exactly we're doing what we're doing here, people. Yeah, why exactly I'm treating it like I'm treating it. Because that message right there exists. That's probably the greatest example of something to prove that we should be doing what we're doing. So yeah, that's basically everything. Now I should just start up the level and see what exactly we have to see. I mean, it's a deathmatch level, and I already kind of know what it is, besides some different textures. But, well, I'm gonna load it up and play it anyway, because, well, that's what we do here. And my headphones just made a weird beeping sound. That's great. Okay, let's see here. So it's... I think it's Floodtel. There we are! Here we are, in flooded Tele-X. So this is what flooded Tele-X actually looks like, for those that are used to Aftershock version. This is its actual look. Very id base-like. Yeah, it's basically made with id base entirely. So, yeah, amazing indeed. It looks rather nice, honestly. I like this look. I think it looks nicer looking than actually how Tele-X looks normally. I think they messed it up in Aftershock. It looks nicer here. So as you see, you can teleport. And it probably works the same way, whereby if you see that, this one will teleport you there. Yep. Same exact mechanics. You have shells, rocket launcher, and nail guns, and it varies in this one. This one has like different ones in different places. As you see, this is the same, but this one has the same. Nails, the same. Wait, maybe this one's the same? But no, there's a thunderbolt up there. Interesting, I'll have to look into that. Maybe it's, you just get the thunderbolt and not... Actually, yeah, I think that's the one difference. You just get the thunderbolt instead of the grenade launcher. I think I'm thinking of the other one, that you actually get varied guns. Yeah, I'm thinking of Tele-X Air. For the Tele-X Air. That one you get different guns in the different places. Here it's all consistently super nail guns and rocket launchers. That's literally the entire freaking level. Did we do everything? Did we pick up all the guns? I don't want to miss anything. After all, the humanity, if we missed something here, you guys would never forgive me. I would have to be forced to change my name and go insane. I have to, like, collect bottle caps and yell at people. Here's a double-barreled shotgun. Convenient. And as you see, it's exactly the same level we saw in Aftershock, but like I said, as usual, I needed to cover this version. This particular version. If I go here, it teleports me there, so I'm right. So you see, I basically know exactly where I'm teleporting. I've done this level to death. And so seeing this is kinda but at the same time, it is the actual version of the level. And this is a new canon. This is actually, you know, now levels that you found on the internet and how the levels were supposed to be seen, I guess you could say. Because after all, everything in Aftershock was converted over. So this is the actual intended look of this map. So, yeah, brilliant. 2 levels done. I think that's good enough. As you see, really just a pointless deathmatch level. I can't really say one way or the other too much about deathmatch levels. Kind of part of the problem, I can't really offer much of an insight into it. But I can show them off, especially since nobody else in the history of history would ever bother showing these off. So I'm like the only person out there that's insane enough to show all these deathmatch levels. And so therefore I feel it's my duty to carry it out and show them all in their glorious format. So here we are, Tele-X Quake, flooded again, this time with the proper look. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It has been an adventure, and I shall see you all next time.